Hi everyone, let's make a roast pork shoulder. First we're going to wash and dry our pork. Make sure we drain all the water from it and tap it with a paper towel. And just make sure that there's no extra water and it's nice and clean. Get rid of all that blood. So now we're going to make our marinade. In our marinade, we're going to have olive oil, oyster sauce, soy sauce, paprika, onion, salt, mixed herbs, fresh rosemary, curry powder, lemon juice, coriander and garlic spice, and then we mix it all together, ready for us to marinate our pork shoulder. So we pour it all into the bowl where the pork shoulder is, and we serve it all into the meat. Make sure that the meat really absorbs all the marinade. Rub it in, make sure it goes inside. I usually take a knife and, for lack of a better word, stab my pork and make sure that there's holes in there where I will just make sure all the juices of my marinade actually goes in. I love my meat to be marinated, to be juicy. So I make sure that when I'm prepping my meat, I really make sure that everything goes where it needs to be to give it taste. There's nothing like a bland piece of meat. For me, a bland piece of meat is just a failure. And I love pork, I'm a pork lover. So, I was really prepared to make this pork shoulder for my family. So that's what we do afterwards. We just cover it up and let it rest. I usually marinate my roast the night before because I really want, again, the seasoning to be, in the meat. So I make sure that I marinate it very well, and then I place it in the fridge overnight, and usually it is fantastic, ready to serve. So now that our meat is rested, I have prepared the oven tray. I put a parchment paper and foil there so it doesn't stick in, and I place my marinated pork shoulder in this tray. I've rubbed it, brushed it to make sure that all the marinade that was in the bowl has gone all over the meat. Put a bit of olive oil on top so it doesn't burn or stick, rather just to help with the cooking. The idea is for you to wrap it all up so it goes into the oven, and you bake it and roast it for however long you wish to roast it for, to make sure that it's cooked. And I like my meat cooked, but I like it moist and tender. When I'm happy with my pork, I cover it with a parchment paper and foil, make sure it's sealed, to allow it to steam whilst it's in the oven, and I place it in the oven at 180 degrees, and I'll just be watching it whilst it's cooking and checking on it and basting it. So we don't want our meat to dry up, so we just keep checking it and basting it, taking the juice and pouring it on top of the pork. This just helps to keep the pork moist so it doesn't dry up too much, and that sauce is just good. It's oily. It just helps the pork to cook better. So as you can see, our meat is out of the oven, and look at that. It is cooking. It's looking juicy. It's looking succulent. It's browning. You've got to allow it to brown, and just continue to be putting the sauce on top until it's cooked right through. I'm just checking it. I've opened it up. I've turned it over. Because I just want my meat to remain juicy and succulent. So we'll just keep repeating that till... this looks gorgeous. Look at that meat. It is ready. So I'm just going to cut it all up into pieces and just check to see that it's cooked well. We don't want to serve it raw. And with my pork, I like to just slice it up and just put it in a tray. I usually pour some juice on top of it. And it just helps it to just taste nice. So there you go, everybody. It is ready to serve. I poured the juice on it, and cut it up into pieces, ready to serve my family. And we just pick through it. Pork shoulder, yum, yum, yum. Everybody, yum. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching, and I hope you like the recipe. Please do like, follow, and share.